asking for sales reports. He would be coaching people on how they should go out and push OxyContin to doctors. When you started having people dying of overdoses, he is very involved in emails saying, look, the way we're going to spin this is that it's about drug addicts. These people are criminals. This is not our problem.
Blaming the victims.
Blaming the victims, absolutely. And he really comes across in email after email after email in these various accounts as somebody who was almost obsessed with the sales of the drug, to a point where you get to a stage just a few years ago where sales of OxyContin start to level off. And there's an obvious reason for that, which is the doctors have woken up to the fact that this drug is killing people and opioids are killing people. We now have some 200,000 people who've died in opioid-related deaths in the last few decades. And so sales are leveling off, and this clearly...
What's up, guys? The recovery, as always. If you guys know anybody struggling with addiction, get at me in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, become part of the recovery family. Hit the notification bell so you get all notifications for when I go live or post videos. Check out this clip, guys.
They didn't even want this to be a prescription drug at one point, right?
Well, right. So you actually have a point where it was going to be a prescription drug here, but they were looking to expand internationally, and the Sacklers start wondering, well, could we have this be a non-controlled substance? So like aspirin, you walk into CVS and just buy it over the counter. And there's a back and forth in these documents between Richard Sackler and the inventor of OxyContin. The inventor of the drug says, I think it would be pretty dangerous, that would be a bad idea. And Richard Sackler says, yeah, but what would it do to our bottom line? What would it do to the number of sales we could get?
Give us a scale of how bad the crisis got, how bad the prescriptions got.
Well, you get to a point where you have thousands of people dying really left and right in various regions across the United States. And it's actually the crisis at this point. Part of what's interesting about it is that it's everywhere, is that almost any American will... Our family is still pushing and wondering, how can we get out there? How can we be selling more?
So, Joe Young, Harry Laughlin, Joe Manus, Roger Manus, Jeremy Middlecamp, Shane Middlecamp, Rob Moore, Damian Sumner. These are just a few guys that I grew up with that are all gone. And all of them got hooked during this time period between 2000 and 2005. A few of them came from very good families. One of them, his father was a law enforcement officer in the town we grew up in. So guys, this addiction affected many people, not just people who were already going to be addicts. It affected a lot of people who weren't going to be addicts, who were going to live good, normal lives. And you could see in this clip where they're teaching people how to push these like drug dealers. They were at one point they were wanting to put this as an over-the-counter medicine just to try to make more money. This family is a multi-millionaire family before they ever got into this business, and their greed pushed them to destroy a lot of middle-class families down to lower income families. There's many people all across America, no matter what social, economic background you had, that were affected by this opiate epidemic. So I believe what they should do with the money from Pfizer is they should take all the money they profited from OxyContin, should be donated to kids that are in foster care or have lost their parents due to opiate addiction, and it should go to make sure they have a good future and they don't end up in the same circumstances as their family. So guys, as always, let me know what you think in the comments. Get at me. Stay up, stay sober.